welcome to another one of my videos about exposure response prevention that I use as a type of therapy to help with my choking phobia. So, I'm gonna do a video again. I'm really thirsty. Here's some water. Let's go with 100. Yeah, he's like 10, 15. Yeah, it's like 20. Tastes really good. I'm gonna have a little more food. I'm gonna have a muffin and some cheese. So let's walk with me to the kitchen. I like muffins and cheese. They're like the foods I would eat if I was too scared to eat food, because of the inherent softness of the texture of both. So these expire September 8th. It's September 4th or 5th. I don't know. And so I think I'm gonna just have the cheese. And the cheese is 4-year-old. Creamy, aged, more creamy. 4-year-old cheese. And that's the type of cheese you gotta eat, guys. 4-year-old cheese. And you might think, why would you want to eat cheese that's so old? I'll tell you guys. This cheese has been aged to a point where it's so sharp that it's almost bitter, but then it cracks you with this like caramel nutty flavor. Next thing you know, it's like you're eating a caramel bar, but salty. I'd always imagined cheese to be chocolate, but salty. Cheese is salty chocolate. Sometimes I eat cheese and I think I'm having fudge, because of just the enjoyment I have of eating it. Of course, at the same time, I always realize I'm eating cheese. I mean, yeah, because it's salty, not fudge, which is sweet. Okay, there's exposure. I'm gonna rate my anxiety. It went down by 5, so I think if it was 20, it's 15. Now, what I'm gonna do is explain to you what exposure and response prevention is. Like, what the internet has to say about this stuff. Well, exposure and response prevention. First of all, it says it's for OCD. The technique for facing fears is called exposure and response prevention, ERP. ERP is done by exposing yourself to situations that bring an obsession, that bring on obsessions, triggers, not engaging in the unhelpful coping strategies that include compulsions or rituals, and avoidance, ritual prevention. So, what does that really mean? because they mentioned OCD and I have OCPD. Well, the thing is, it can be for, as I said, any phobic disorder, any disorder where you have automatic phobias or automatic negative responses to things that you might not want to have an automatic negative response to, like, for example, eating. So, how do we define what it is? Well, according to the International OCD Foundation, it says here that exposure and response prevention therapy is a strategy of purposely exposing yourself to things that make you anxious. And they also say that you may have already probably tried to confront your obsessions and anxiety many times, only to see your anxiety skyrocket. With ERP, the difference is that when you make the choice to confront your anxiety and obsessions, you must also make a commitment to not give in and engage in the compulsive behavior. For example, for me, it would be to drink the water while the food's in my mouth and then swallow. When you don't do the compulsive behaviors, over time, you'll actually feel a drop in your anxiety level. This natural drop in anxiety that happens when you stay exposed and prevent the compulsive response is called habituation. So you basically habituate it. And there's some more he would say. He said, the International OCD Foundation continues and goes on to write, think of your anxiety as an alarm system. If an alarm system goes off, what does it mean? The alarm is there to get your attention. If an intruder is trying to break into your house, the alarm goes off, wakes you up, gets you to act, to do something, to protect yourself and your family. But what if the alarm system went off when a bird landed on the roof instead? Your body would respond to that alarm the same way it would if there were an actual threat, such as an intruder. OCD takes over your body's alarm system, a system that should be there to protect you. But instead of only warning you of real danger, the alarm system begins to respond to any trigger, no matter how small, as an absolute terrifying catastrophic threat. When your anxiety goes off like an alarm system, it communicates information that you are in danger rather than pay attention, you might be in danger. Unfortunately, with OCD, your brain tells you that you are in danger a lot, even in situations where you know that there is a very small likelihood that something bad might happen. This is one of the cruelest parts of this disorder. Now consider what your compulsive behaviors are, your attempts to keep yourself safe when that alarm goes off. But what does that mean you are telling your brain when you engage in these behaviors? You are reinforcing the brain's idea that you must be in danger. A bird on the roof is the same as a real intruder breaking into your home. In other words, your compulsive behavior fuels that part of your brain that gives out these many unwarranted alarm signals. The bottom line is that in order to reduce your anxiety and your obsessions, you have to make a decision to stop the compulsive behaviors. However, starting exposure and response prevention therapy can be a difficult decision to make. And he goes on to talk about how it's something maybe you should it may feel like he goes on to write, it may feel like you're choosing to put yourself in danger. It is important to know that exposure and response prevention changes your OCD and changes your brain. You're beginning to challenge and bring your alarm system, your anxiety, more in line with what is actually happening to you. So I'm going to end it here, guys. I urge you guys to continue with your exposures and your anxiety. And it's going to be a short video today because it's the weekend. I really don't like making videos on the weekend. Anyway, I hope whoever is watching this, good luck with their anxiety and that they should stay with it. And then I can hopefully help them with it. You'll see hopefully videos 6 times a week. And remember, stay with it.